All right, guys, Disney is going to manufacture a new clone army to fight for the Republic of Mickey.
Look at those bad Halloween costumes right there. I'm sorry.
They're going to manufacture a clone army of Chinese moviegoers to help bolster the numbers of Star Wars, because Star Wars historically has not done very well in China, and it's sure as hell losing momentum here in the States. They're gonna turn book readers into moviegoers.
That's right. That's what they're trying to do.
Free books, free ebooks for the people of China. And yeah, you know, we're gonna talk about that because this is a very interesting development. Disney is definitely trying to make more Star Wars fans. I mean, this is like Attack of the Chinese Clones is what this is. So we're gonna talk about that in this episode of Clownfish TV. So please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants if you haven't done so already. We're hoping to hit 100,000 soon, and we're gonna give our hot takes on this.
Yeah, this is interesting. So I found this earlier today. And so now Disney, you know, you're losing Star Wars fans. You're admitting you have brand fatigue. You're blaming it on brand fatigue. That vocal minority of Star Wars people didn't like the new Star Wars movies. Now it's becoming a problem. So what do? Do you fix the fandom? Do you fix the franchise? No. You go to China and make a new fan base. With new stories and new characters appealing to Chinese audiences.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up.
That's when I started out the original article, but I erased it. I was going to say, you cannot make this up, but I deleted it off my article.
So Disney, I mean, everyone's been very critical of Disney lately, you know, relying heavily on the Chinese market. Basically, the Chinese market is determining which way they go with their films. South Park called it out a couple of weeks ago and got itself banned from China. But the reason that they're doing this is, you know, they need that Chinese box office for Star Wars, and they don't have it. Last Jedi bombed. Well,
they need the Chinese box office in general, which is why we're seeing decisions being made like about Elsa and different things. They're marketing it. The reason they're not pandering to certain groups is because they're marketing it to China. That's why it's happening. Yeah,
a lot of creative decisions, which that South Park episode was brilliant because they basically had you know, Chinese like generals and censors overlooking the Hollywood process, but that's not untrue. I mean, there was a whole lot of talk about Elsa getting a girlfriend in Frozen 2. That's not going to happen. That will not happen because the Chinese will not allow it. You know, there was some franchises like Pirates of the Caribbean and Transformers basically exist just for Chinese audiences.
Oh, no, there's a lot of American fans too,
you know, but well, I mean, anymore though, it seems like the majority of the box office came from overseas.
Right. So what they're doing to go get these new fans is they're going where they're doing what you should do. They're going to where you find them. And in this case, the Chinese fan base is very strong on online reading, online books.
Yeah, so they like their ebooks. So they're going to create a whole bunch of ebooks for Chinese audiences to get them invested in Star Wars, so Disney can bank on Chinese audiences to support this dying franchise.
So they translated all these books. 40 of the books were translated for Chinese readers, and they're giving away for free until the 22nd of October, I believe. And then they're going to make their first original Chinese book set in the Star Wars universe to appeal to the Chinese sensibilities. So they are going to, who is it? So they're going with Tencent, which...
They're like the Chinese version of Google. Basically.
Ironically, we own stock in that too.
Yeah, we do.
Anyway.
Well, all we do. It was a good stock. It was because all the box office, all the money is going to China.
Yeah, so... They're going to be in a partnership. They revealed in a press release on their, is it Weibo?
Yeah, I think it's.
How you say it? Weibo account?
Weibo or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. They're going to hire a Chinese author. It's going to be the person that goes by the pen name His Majesty the King, to write new Star Wars characters and Star Wars books for the Chinese.
So is it okay? So this person's written martial arts novels. I kept thinking it's going to be like a C drama, like a romance.
No. I will say I do like Chinese shows too. I watch them as well. So I don't think this is necessarily a bad idea. Heck, I think Rogue One, my favorite character was Donnie Yen's character. I never say his name, but I would watch a whole show with that guy.
The blind guy.
I would watch a whole show with him. I loved him so much. So I don't think it's necessarily a totally bad idea, but I just think it's kind of like we're not going to try to win the fandom back. It's like, screw you, we're going to find a new fandom. That's what I'm kind of like.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. So Disney and Lucasfilm said the Chinese story is still in development, but it will introduce a new Chinese hero There is no China in space. A new Chinese hero, and will combine native Chinese elements and narrative style of Chinese literature to tell a story of Star Wars. There is no China in space. They're going to the China system. Let's go to the China system. The Republic of China, which is actually a space republic. The Space Republic of Space China.
There you go.
What? So it comes as little surprise that Disney is taking a new approach to cultivate a bigger Chinese audience for Star Wars. One of the studio's most valuable pieces of IP, not anymore, on a worldwide basis, the Star Wars franchise has been a curious underperformer in the world's most populous nation.
We've called this before, and they're like, "You're full of crap." It's like, no, we aren't. We've said this before, that Star Wars didn't do that great in China. I'm sorry. The Force Awakens did okay. But most of the stuff they don't do well.
Well, okay, just let's go back, and I think it's a little too late. If they wanted to cultivate Star Wars fans to save the Rise of Skywalker, they needed to do it 2 years ago.
I think they're cultivating these guys because they're going to probably use this new character in their
new trilogy.
The new trilogy. I bet you.
Oh my God, are they going to make the new trilogy based on this Chinese character from Space China?
As fun as the one in Rogue One, I am 100% behind that, but I don't know if that's the case.
From Space China. So. A galaxy further away than a galaxy further east than the galaxy far, far away. So yeah, The Last Jedi suffered one of the worst second weekend declines in the Chinese box office has ever seen. They said it was actually worse than anyone could have predicted. Because Rogue One actually did well because it was mostly a self-contained story. 2, it did have a Chinese star in it.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess The Force Awakens did really well over there.
Really?
Yes, they said it did. 124 million. But and Rogue One did Last Jedi did Rogue One did like 70. And that's even with them putting the Chinese actor in it, but he was really awesome. I loved him.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This doesn't surprise me at all. According to local reports, Disney initiated the talks that led to the China literature deal.
Come on, are we surprised by this? Of course this was Disney's idea.
The studio's apparent strategy is to do more groundwork to draw China's legions of online readers into Star Wars. Chinese literature claims a remarkable 217.1 million monthly active users across the platform.
Probably. 40 of the licensing books are being made to available to Chinese users for free. They include popular titles and even the Star Wars Legends and Timothy Zahn's Thrawn trilogy.
So,
which I recommend highly, by the way.
Yeah, and look, I get that they make movies for international audiences, but
which is fine.
This again is this sounds like, I mean, here we are weeks away from The Rise of Skywalker. And now all of a sudden they're freaking out like, we need some more Chinese readers, some moviegoers. We need Chinese money to keep this thing going.
The South Park episode could not have been more on the nose than this. And it's funny. I mean, I have absolutely no problem with them trying to gain an audience in China. What I have a problem with is instead of building bridges and trying to fix the situation with the audiences they've already alienated here, they're basically like, screw that, we're going to China. And that's kind of what my problem is. Like, I really honestly have no problem going over there and making new stories for the Chinese audiences, because I honestly think they might do a good job with that. Because I've read I've seen some of their shows. I like some of the things they put out, so I can see them doing a good job with it. That's not the problem. That's not what my problem is. My problem is you're not gonna try to fix what you've done. You're just gonna be like, F you, we don't need you, China.
Yeah, we're gonna drop you guys. China's a bigger market. We're gonna make Star Wars. China money. We're making Star Wars exclusively for the Chinese now, with Chinese characters from Space China. Space China. So yeah, I think this is like way too little, way too late though.
This amuses me because if you saw our episode the other day about how the stormtroopers outfits are for let's call it far, what they consider the far right word that rhymes with the Yahtzee, which I find vastly entertaining that they call it the far right that.
Yeah.
Then they have this picture up in China with all the stormtrooper costumes.
Stormtroopers on the Great Wall.
Like,
Disney is invading China. Disney is invading China.
They're trying to. They've been trying to.
So, because they're probably thinking, well, they got Shanghai Disneyland. They can't put Galaxy's Edge in Shanghai Disneyland because nobody cares. So
they're trying to make people care so they can put it in there.
Make them care so they can put it. Yeah, well, Galaxy's Edge, we can justify the R&D on this thing because we'll make new stories with a Chinese character from Space China who travels to Batuu.
Mm-hmm. And then later travels into the new trilogy coming from...
He travels into the new trilogy. That's what we're going to do. This is our, like...
You can't make this stuff up.
This is creativity. Like, this isn't even creative anymore. This is like the bean counters and the marketing people dictating the parameters for storytelling based on their imaginary audience, the audience they want. And they might do it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Disney might do it. They might be able to.
The fandom's gonna be replaced with new fandom.
They don't care about you guys.
That goes along with what they want.
Right. They're gonna create an army of clones overseas, and that's gonna be it. And then at that point, what the American fans think, doesn't matter.
I mean, I think a lot of people don't care anymore. But beyond that, I actually, I'm kind of interested to see what they come up with. It's probably going to be better than what we've been getting.
So
there's that.
I am not going to lie. That might possibly be the case.
It's a bit exciting because we might be getting better than what we've been getting.
They might actually have some legit good stories that are better than the crap, the books and the comics and stuff like that. They might actually have some legit good stories. But again, this just shows how much Hollywood is in the back pocket of China. Everything's about China.
We've been saying this for a while, and everybody kept, you're full of crap.
No.
That's not true. They flippin' changed the name of Solo to Ranger Solo to try to take the Star Wars off of it to appeal to the Chinese audience, and it still didn't work. They've been trying to win them over for a while now.
Yeah, so this will be interesting to watch, though, and I'm with you. I actually think that they are going to integrate this into the new trilogy.
I bet you money.
Into the theme parks.
I'll bet you.
Because this is what it's all about. It's the brand synergy.
Why spend the money? Why go to all this trouble?
Right.
Otherwise. I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yep. So we're going to keep an eye on this. This is a very interesting development. I think it's too late for the Rise of Skywalker, but they're getting ready for this next trilogy.
And I'm betting this ties into that some way.
I'm sure it does.
I'm pretty sure it will.
I'm sure it does.
So there you go. That's the new Star Wars news for right now.
All right. So we're going to wrap this one up. We might have another Star Wars video later today. We're also hoping to do a post office opening.
Hopefully. We're trying to.
We're going to try to get that today or tomorrow. All right. So we're going to wrap this up.
Yep.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.